Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the brand new Riddell District Football Netball League netball show, supported by Western Water and McDonald's, our fantastic netball partners here in the RDFL, and a fantastic start to the season, and great to have a netball show up. We'll do this every month throughout the season. We'll have some special guests throughout the season for you as well, and hopefully we can do everything justice for the netball department in the league. Shaun Kelly's my name. I'll be the host of the netball show for season 2016. Joining me is Kim Bailey, the AFL Goldfields and RDFL netball manager, and of course long-time netball stalwart in the RDFL. If anybody knows more about RDFL netball than Kim, I'd like to see them, because I don't think that person exists. Kimmy, welcome to the netball show.
Yeah, thanks, Shaun. It's great to be here, and it's fantastic to have a netball show for the RDFL. Really exciting. We have some fantastic talent in our league, and it gives us an opportunity to discuss them as well, and get the girls out there and get a bit of discussion happening amongst the clubs. So yeah, really excited to be here. Well,
the way we're going to do it every month is we're going to talk about three main talking points from the month preceding and from throughout the MCD, throughout the RDFL's netball ranks. As I get my leagues confused there, we've got plenty of leagues going on here at AFL Goldfield, so I do get the head spinning a little bit, but throughout the RDFL netball ranks, and then we'll look at the coming week's games as well, and I suppose not just look at the games, but have a bit of an overview of how those clubs have gone for their season so far as well. So that's how we're going to run it, and we'll get straight into it this week with our first talking point for the week, which is probably our most recent talking point for the week, Anzac Day netball, and just a fantastic job done by the Macedon and Rupertswood football netball clubs this past weekend with their Anzac Day ceremonies, and then Anzac Day netball, and a really, really good initiative by the Macedon and Rupertswood clubs to play this game.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day as well. You couldn't have asked for any better. Great day for netball and football. Big crowd, and a great game. What more could we want?
It was indeed. It was a very close game. Rupertswood just getting the points, but don't just take our word from it. We're actually out at this game and had a chat to Rupertswood's leaders, their captain Tess Abbott and their vice-captain Amy Starzer, exclusively for the netball show. So let's have a listen to what Tess and Amy had to say after the game. We're here on the RDFL Netball Show this week with Rupertswood's leaders, their captain Tess Abbott and vice-captain Amy Starzer, after their Anzac Day win against Macedon. Firstly, Tess, what does it mean to play on a day like Anzac Day?
Oh, it's pretty incredible actually to get the opportunity to play on actual Anzac Day. Last year we played on the Saturday, which was Anzac round, but not the actual day itself, so it was really great to start the day off with the ceremony with the footballers. Really wonderful to hear all the talking of the ex-soldiers and the reflaying. It was I felt really honoured to be a part of that today, so it was great.
And Amy, a really good win today against a team that played in the grand final last year.
Yeah, definitely. It was really tough out there, quite physical. But yeah, it was a really good game, really hard fought, and full credit to Macedon. They pushed us the whole time, they never gave up once, and yeah, it was a really tough battle, but a good game.
Good start to the year, Tess. Couple of wins to start off, and you had some help defensively today with a few players out. Beck Anstey and Zoe Davies coming into the side to give you a bit of a chop out.
Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah, to come from last year where we had just Kirsten, Jess and myself, where Jess was injured for most of the year and Kirsten didn't play every game. To welcome addition to have Beck and Zoe today, both fantastic. Beck's ex-FNL player and Zoe's a current FNL player, so they just fitted in incredibly well, and it was just great to have all that extra talk and talent on their team and experience.
And of course, Katie Clark back helping you defensively too this year must be a huge boost.
Can't talk up Katie enough. She's fantastic. We just love having her back. It's amazing.
At the other end of the court, Amy, no Stacey Northey today, but Alex Marr really stood up with you and did a great job in goals.
Yeah, without Stacey, we're missing that big, tall, strong goaler, but with Alex there, she moves really well, and she's always got really good timing, and then you can just trust her with the ball. If she's got it, like she's going to sink it. She's going to get the goal in. So yeah, she's really stepped up, and we love having her on the team. She's a great asset.
Well, girls, congratulations on the win today, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Tess Abbott and Amy Starzer from Rupertswood reflecting back on their 5-goal win over Macedon in the Anzac Day game, and very interesting game, and Rupertswood a little bit short, but great to see Beck Anstey, of course, former Romsey star and Romsey Premiership player, back playing, even just for a little bit of time in the RDFL, playing with Rupertswood on the weekend.
Yeah, just helping out with some numbers there. They had a couple of girls out, and I think there'll be a bit of player sharing between Sunbury Lions and Rupert, which is great to see. Yeah, Beck added that drive that Rupo were maybe missing a little bit.
Yep.
I think Zoe Davis played as well.
Zoe Davis did as well, yep.
She'll be another girl that'll pop in and out, plays for, I think, Kangaroo Flat. I think it's
Yep.
Kangaroo Flat in the Bendigo
It
League.
seems to change every year or so, but we think it's Kangaroo Flat at the moment.
Yeah, and she plays at Monash with Di. So
Yep.
she's a really, really tough, solid defender. So had a lot of oomph down there. But, you know, Rupo were pretty strong all along the line. They had a couple of really good players. Their goalers apparently were there.
Alex Marr was fantastic.
Yeah.
Really looks like a good player.
As she was in RVNL as well, she shot out of her bum really for the whole time.
She said that.
The whole time she was RVNL. She's a great player, and Amy Starzer also shot 16 from 20 at 80%.
Amy had a really good game, and really, I suppose, has taken on a leadership role at Rupertswood this year. And I think it's improved her game because she now takes charge on the court, which is something that she didn't do that much of previously. Now is really taking charge and taking over and telling Alex where to go and things like that. And
she's
it's
really
just
matured as a player.
And we saw that in the interview before.
Yeah, she's matured as a player, and that's great to see because she's a great girl as well. So, look, these two teams are really close. We haven't seen much of Macedon yet. They're sort of a new lineup. But
they moved the ball well.
Yeah.
They did. I thought they really moved the ball well. Tara Burnett looked really good in shooting as well. Did a great job.
Look, she come off a great game last week where she shot 20 goals in one quarter. So I think she had a half this week.
I think so, yeah.
So, and 17 from 22, which is great, supported by... I think it's Chloe Watson.
Yep,
Chloe?
I think it was.
Yeah, so not the vixen Chloe
Not
Watson.
the Chloe Watson, of course.
No, but did a great job. So, look, they're up and about too, Macedon. They're still a little bit the unknown. I might have a look at them this week. But yeah, so it's a bit of consistency across that top echelon of the teams now. It's not going to be as one-sided, I think, this year.
No, I think you're right. It's going to be a very, very good season. Talking point number 2, let's have a look at our interleague campaigns. Interleague coaches officially being announced. Basically, this is the official announcement that we're going to go with very shortly for the WorkSafe Community Championships match against the Alberton Football Netball League down in Foster this year. We played the Alberton League a few years ago and it was a great day of football and netball. I think we got pipped in both circumstances. The Alberton side had just come off, I think, winning the Champions Challenge for Netball Victoria as well. So really, really strong league and some really, really strong netball, and we're pleased to name our coaches to take them on this year.
Yeah, we're very pleased. We've got 2 strong coaches who are leaders of our competition. We have Jared Walker, who is the coach of Riddell, so he's been successful, and we're really, really looking forward to having Jared on board.
Yep.
He's the Div 1 Southern Saints coach. I coached against him on the weekend. He beat me. But anyway, he's a great coach, and he really helped Lauren Close last year with Riddell.
Yeah, he did.
So he was instrumental in some of their moves. Very, very strategic coach, and he'll lead our open team. So we're hoping to short notice, but we're hoping to trial some girls this Sunday, and then in the next coming weeks, because it's only on the 21st,
yes,
so we're not too far away. I'm hoping to have a really strong team. We need to put a refocus on interleague and how important it is, because over the last few years we've sort of put applications out and we haven't had many people want to do it.
That's right.
They want the weekend off, but it's a great thing to be involved in, and it's being part and representing your league is fantastic.
Yeah, it is, and it's that next step up of netball
It
as
is.
well for those that are aspiring to go somewhere with their netball. There's VNL coaches watching this game, so if you make a statement in this game, then if you're not playing VNL at the moment, aspire to, or you're playing in VNL and want to grow up the pathway, it's a great chance to get your name out there, especially against a really strong Alberton team that have got some VNL girls playing in their team as well.
Yeah, like I've watched most of the Alberton team play again in that Champions Challenge, and there's some awesome players there. So it should be a really good hit out, and hopefully we'll get our best team on the court that day.
Yep.
Now for the 17s, Di McCormack from Rupertswood, she loves coaching kids.
She does.
So she's came down from the open team, and she wanted to take on the kids, the 17s. So she's got the 17s as well. So that'll be a really great learning experience. She's a really great technical coach, and the kids will love her as well. So Di's taking over the mantle.
That's good.
I'm really excited to have Di on board, and they'll be all up on the Facebook page when the trials are, and the coordinators will get that information. So 2 really strong coaches to make the long bus trip, I think it'll be, down to Foster. So really excited, and hopefully we'll come home with 2 wins.
Yeah, great to see Jared and Di on board this year, and as Kim just said, keep an eye on the RDFL's website and their social media for all of the announcements around trials for both the Open and the 17 and under teams leading into the WorkSafe Community Championships. Talking point number 3. Now, this will be out for a lot of people and know about that already, but just officially letting everybody know, Kimmy, what's happening with the Rockbank A-grade side this year and what will happen with fixturing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Rockbank haven't been able to get an A-grade team up and running this year. I don't think it's any secret that the club has struggled to get players on the field for footy and on the court for netball. They've been struggling for years, but Mark Smith has done an absolutely fantastic job trying to keep the girls on the court. But it just hasn't been possible. The numbers just aren't there, and it was a really tough decision to make because we wanted to go with a full complement of A-grade teams this year.
Yep.
But it just couldn't be done. So, but credit, as I said, to Mark and Gaspar, who really tried to get this up and running. So it'll just become a bye for that round, and it'll just like the ladder was last year when we didn't have any Broadford. It'll be a loss ratio ladder. So, hopefully the year in hiatus will give Rockbank the chance to rebuild.
As it has for Broadford, as it has for Sunbury Kangaroos recently as well, that have come back and as now playing really good netball in A-grade competition.
Yeah. The one thing I will say, just because a team doesn't have an A-grade team, doesn't mean that they have to sit on the bottom of the ladder for every other grade.
No, that's right.
They can still have wins, they can still put a good team out there, but they're just not of an A-grade standard. So, you get reports coming back to me, they won by such and such a goal. They can still have a good team. They don't have to lose by 40 goals every week. So,
that's right.
So good luck to Rockbank, and hopefully they can rebuild and we'll have a full complement in 2017.
Let's hope so. It'll be great to see the Rams back up and about on the A-grade netball court. Speaking of A-grade netball, let's have a look at what's taking place in round 3 this coming weekend in the RDFL netball ranks, of course, thanks to Western Water, our fantastic netball naming rights partners in the RDFL, and it starts up at Green Hill Reserve, a game that if you've got the fixtures at home, you'll see that this is actually named as a Woodend Heskett home game, but things have been swapped around. They've swapped their games at either end of the year, and this will be a Wallen home game as Wallen take on Woodend Heskett up at Green Hill Reserve. And with the netball courts now obviously inside the enclosure, this is a really good environment to play netball at Wallen, and it'll be a pretty good game as well. Yeah,
it changed the atmosphere of the whole ground, having the court indoors, and it's great. It's great to have footy and netball together, as it should be. These teams are really even. I think Wallen have taken a hit. They've lost Katie Bishop, which is a massive.
That doesn't help
it's
at all,
a
does
massive out. She was such a great player. She is such a great player. Having Katie on board, it will have a dramatic effect on them. I'm actually going to go for Woodend this week. I think they might get their first win for the year. Yep,
Woodend for Kimmy in this one. I think I'm going to go the same way, just what I've seen from Woodend this year.
And Kelly Duff is coaching there now too, and Kelly's she's fantastic. She took on the Woodend juniors and done some really good things with them, and now it's transferred over to the seniors. So hopefully we'll get the first win for Cal.
Yeah, let's hope so for Woodend. Going with Woodend as well, as I was going to say, just they seem to have been a bit more consistent in their outing this year so far. Melton Central's taking on Macedon. This will be a very interesting game and a match of the round contender. Macedon, as we spoke about earlier, very, very gallant on Anzac Day. Did a great job up against Rupertswood and just almost came away with the points. The third quarter let them down a little bit. And the Centrals, we know how good they are when they're up and firing. And their first game at Arnold's Creek as a home team, because obviously in round 1 they were scheduled to play Rockbank, didn't get the game in A-grade. So their A-grade team runs out on the Arnold's Creek courts for the first time this week.
Yeah, and what a great venue the Arnold's Creek venue is. It's court's a little bit away from the ground, so just have a look around just behind the venue and you'll see the courts. But get over there and support the new unveiling of the netball court for A-grade, really.
Definitely.
Rebecca Morabito back after giving birth to her second child, so she's a really big inclusion for Melton Centrals. Still got Mel Laird there.
Obviously Tran Truong that won the Ryan medal last year.
So there's still a really, really strong team. But I'm just going to hedge towards Macedon. I think they've had 2 really good games, even though they didn't get the win last week. I'm going to go Macedon, I think.
Yeah. I'm going to go Centrals, just so we've got that bit of division amongst us. We can't be tipping the same thing every week.
Randy, don't ring me because I didn't pick you, please.
But Central's starting the season well, a very, very competitive team across the court. As we've said before, Beck Morabito makes a huge difference
she's awesome.
in their goals lineup as well. So I just
Could go
feel
either way, but
exactly
yeah,
it's a flip of the coin kind of game. So I'll go Centrals just so we can keep that division between us.
Good.
So we know one of us is going to be right next week anyway. Looking ahead, Rupertswood taking on the Sunbury Kangaroos at Rupertswood this weekend. Sunbury Kangaroos doing a fantastic job with their A grade at the moment, obviously getting the team on the court, getting them to learn and doing really, really well, and it'll be a good learning experience for them against one of the benchmarks of the competition this week.
I had a look at Kangaroos on the weekend. They're very young. Rebecca Atherton had a really good game in defence, and they've got Taylor Steady, who's played 18s last year, or 19, last year for Sunbury Lions, who's come across.
The
year before. So she's been, this is her second year at Kangaroos. They did really well. Their height is a major factor. They're very short.
And that's not going to help them against Rupertswood this weekend.
No, and Rupo are pretty tall. Stacey Naldy's still out with a back injury, I think, this week. But look, from where they've come, they've done a great job, Sunbury Kangaroos.
Oh, they have.
You know, and it's glad to see that they've rebounded back. So good to see, but I can't see them getting over Rupertswood.
Same with me as well. Saw enough from Rupertswood on the weekend to show that they're going to be right up there again this year, and they'll get the win this week against the Sunbury Kangaroos. Broadford taking on Riddell this week. Congratulations to the Roos. Getting an A-grade win last week. Great to see Broadford getting up and about, but they've gone from they've almost gone from that excitement of getting the win and everything like that. It's like driving around a corner and running smack bang into a brick wall, coming up against Riddell, who are the reigning premiers, who have had a fantastic start to the season and who are already shaping as probably the team to beat this year.
Yeah, I think I had a look at both of these teams last week, and the week before I did see Riddell versus Diggers. Riddell's defence is awesome. Danielle Wilson is an amazing player and just really drove that ball out of defence. Beck Caldwell under the ring for Riddell is really good as well.
Lozzie Close as well,
Florence
obviously.
Close is just bounded back. And Kaylee Armstrong coming back from that debilitating knee injury.
Yeah, great to see Kaylee up and about.
She had a fantastic game when I watched Diggers, watched them against Diggers. So, you know, they've got strength everywhere. Mika Johns, who's a young girl that's come up and playing in wing defence, really, really good. And they even rolled out the old Lemons the other day.
Did they?
They had Lee Chickers back playing, just helping out.
I thought she retired.
Oh, she retires every year.
Yeah.
So, and for Riddell, they'll be back to full strength. There's no VNL matches this week, so they'll all come back in. Again, I watched Broadford, much improved team, really fluent ball movement down the ring, and their goalers rotate around really, really well. Again, they're short, and this is where they're going to come undone. But Beck Hunter and the likes, there's some fantastic players in there still, but yeah, I think it might be a big win to Riddell.
Yeah, Riddell for mine as well, probably fairly convincingly as well. Last game for the round, and this will be a very interesting game as well. Romsey taking on Diggers Rest. A couple of teams have shown a bit this season with very new lineups. There's obviously going to be a little bit in it because basically the whole Diggers Rest defensive end is former Romsey players as well. So the old H-bomb down hope in the Romsey, under the Romsey goals, is going to see a lot of familiar faces down there trying to guard her on the weekend, and it'll just add a little bit to this game, I reckon.
Yeah, and we see Tony Lynn just being cleared to Diggers as well from Romsey. And she played on the weekend and had a really good game as well. So that is such a big ad in that mid-court for Diggers. It really strengthens up. She's a smart player. She's a Div 1 player for City West Falcons, and will make a huge difference in there. Romsey, you know, they're most probably on the rebuild a little bit as well. Lena Way has done a great job with the girls. Has come in at a late time and has had some really good games as well. Chelsea Ross.
It's great to see Chelsea on the court.
Awesome job. Who's been a little bit ill but's come back now and is in having a great games with combining with Hope. Both quite tall, so I like the really tall goaling ring, so it works well. But I think Diggers, Amy Carroll's in great form as well. Jenna Babbith and Steph Barnes, it's just strength everywhere on that court, and I just can't see them getting over. It is a night match as well, so I think it's 3 and 4:15 starts. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't see Romsey getting a win at the home ground this week, and I'm going to go for Diggers. Yeah,
Diggers for mine as well. As you mentioned, Tony Lind coming into the side makes a huge difference as well. You can even see, watched her at VNL level last week as well, and you can just see that she's still got that presence in the middle of the court.
She's so smart, and Tony's been around for such a long time, and we think that she's this older player, but she's still a young kid.
Exactly.
She's still only young, and she's got lots of netball left in her, and she's she provides that leadership on the court and that intimidating presence. So real big pickup for Diggers. They've done well there.
It is indeed. Kimmy, that's all the time we've got this week for the RDFL Netball Show. Fantastic to have the RDFL Netball Show here and being a part of it, and really exciting, and hoping it can provide obviously some good feedback within the RDFL Netball community. And when we come up again next month, we can hopefully talk about all the people that have come up and said the Netball Show is great, or the Netball Show needs this and that, and we can obviously guide and frame the Netball Show to what you want out there. So if you've got any feedback and you see us throughout the community, come and have a chat to us. Let us know if you like it. Let us know if you don't like it. We're more than happy to frame the Netball Show and mould it around your expectations of what you want out there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the ladder this time in a month to have a look and see what the upsets have been there, and if we've had injuries or that sort of thing, or who's been the dark horses that we didn't see, because one always pops up. So,
exactly. We'll speak now, and it's the end of round 2. In a month's time, it'll be the end of round 5 or round 6, and we'll start to know exactly what's happening.
Yeah, so it'll be really exciting the next show, just to do a bit of a synopsis of where we're at.
It will be indeed. So keep your eyes peeled here on the RDFL website. About the 3rd week of every month will come up, probably leading into Interleague. I think we'll do the next one, probably in the week leading into the WorkSafe Community Championships. Will be the next RDFL Netball Show. So we look forward to seeing you then.